Hey guys, I'm Phylum, welcome to the show. Day 1 of the Quake World Championship has flown by. I'm going to be talking about the dual tournament in this video. There have been thrills, there have been spills, there have been technical issues. Today had a bit of everything. Let's start with the BYOC qualifiers where, as I predicted, the Australians blasted through with the exception of Dirtbox. Python, FraZe, Zanaku and Steege are all through. From Europe we have Sparty and Evil, and then we have 2 North Americans rounding it out. Unfortunately, FraZe and Dandaking, aka Astro Boy, have ended up in the same group, so these guys could potentially be playing each other for an elimination. These groups were drawn randomly for the BYOC players, and at the end of the day I think that was the most fair way to do it. So now for the results of today's games, and our players have only played 1 game each so far, just due to some issues, but in Group A we had Cooler defeat Rafa 2-0, looking very convincing. Cooler is looking in great form to win the tournament overall. Witchdal triumphed over MavLP coming from the BYOC. I think, he got the really short straw with this group. In Group B, Daheng beat the Australian Zanaku 2-0. Apparently they had some really interesting moments. Daheng gave Zanaku a lot of respect and ultimately overcame him on the day. In Group C, Vu beat Waz, which I don't think is any surprise. Vu apparently looking very, very strong. Claws defeated Steege, an Australian coming in from the BYOC. A really important matchup for this group is going to be Steege versus Vu. If Steege can win, that'll be a massive upset, but Vu has been looking great. He's playing that Anarchy to a massive effect. In Group D, Zron defeated Griffin, and Sparty defeated Chance. This is a case of Europe looking better than North America, which I think is reflected throughout these groups on the whole. Zron still has a great chance to win this group, even though Sparty was added from the BYOC, but I think the big deciding match of this group is going to be now Zron versus Sparty. In Group E, FraZe was added from the BYOC, and he was defeated by Avec, and Astro Boy defeated VDMK. FraZe being added to this group makes it a lot stronger, right? Avec and Astro Boy are really high-level players. FraZe has apparently been just as good as Astro Boy in their practice games. VDMK got matched in possibly the most stacked group, right? The seedings of FraZe and Astro Boy treat them as low-level players, whereas actually, I think they're right up there. In Group F, Kilson defeated Gelasak. I would like to see Gelasak do well, but I mean, Kilson's aim was just so on. He was hitting everything, and Kilson is going to do damage in the playoffs. I have no doubt he's going to make it through. Python, the Australian, was added to this group from the BYOC, and he defeated Tom Servo, so I think that settles once and for all that there's more to the Australians than just a 200 ping advantage. In Group D, there was a massive upset with Dewey from North America defeating Strengths. Strengths is a really great player, and he's been looking so strong in Quake Champion, so Dewey may be a person to watch here. We also had Evil added to this group from the BYOC, another really strong player. Strengths losing his first game and Evil being added from the BYOC spells danger for Strengths, because both Faz and Evil were looking great. They played a really close game where Faz eventually won out to Evil. Their game was absolutely sick. Finally, Group H, the group that caused me the most personal pain, where Razy defeated Toxic. I made a bad prediction. I said that Razy would be useless on the day. Zar was added to this group from the BYOC and he beat Carnage. Toxic still shouldn't have a problem clearing this group, but Zar is no pushover, Carnage isn't going to be a pushover. I think Toxic's really going to have to up his game if he wants to win the Quake World Championship 2017. So that's my rundown of what happened in the group. So now I want to address one of the big games here, Razy versus Tox. As much as I've been critical of Razy in the past, I think he played well here. He made some really smart attacks, which is something I feel has been missing from his games that I've seen in the past. Razy was just really good at doing simple things well, like he denied the OG on Corrupted Keep really effectively, and his Lightning Gun aim is massive. I think Razy might actually have the best Lightning Gun aim on LAN at this event. Map 1 was Corrupted Keep between these two, and we saw Razy playing Sorlag, as he always does, and Toxic actually picked Sorlag to try and counter Razy. Unfortunately, it didn't work for him, and this map was just Razy domination. It's Razy's favourite map, and it showed. Razy picked some great fights, and he just hit godly LG. Every time Toxic tried to trade off damage with him, even if Toxic hit more damage, Razy won the situation. Razy was able to stack up more quickly from the HP bubbles. Map 2 we had Blood Covenant, where Toxic decided that he wasn't going to try and play to Razy by picking Sorlag, he was just going to do his own thing, picking Slash, Anarchy, and Nyx. Slash is Tox's champion through and through, and he was really utilising the movement very effectively. At first it looked very, very close, but once Tox started building up some confidence, he started to run away with the map. A few important things Tox did in this map. He decided to not fight Sorlag at the red armor for the majority of the game. He just moved around really effectively. There were a few too many bonks in my opinion, where he was just bumping into walls and stuff, for him to be completely utilizing Slash's movement, but he made some great attacks, some great pressure, he hit some amazing railguns. His railgun on this map really, does him a lot of favors. I don't think Tox made the smartest plays overall, but he leveraged the movement to avoid taking damage when he was in bad situations, and just fought really well. So Tox wins map 2, and we come down to the decider on Ruins of Sarnath. Tox goes for the same lineup here, which is interesting. Razy playing Sorlag ends up being the thing that wins him this map, I think. Razy in the hero selection made the right calls, and I just don't think Toxic did. In the first round, Toxic tried to be really aggressive. He tried to really get in Razy's face and stop anything happening, and it very quickly went badly for him. In round 2, Toxic lost out at the start, and Razy got control of Sorlag, and Toxic kind of tried to poke his head out, he tried to chip away. Razy made some really smart calls about like baiting him into situations, and again, it just didn't work out for Toxic. By the last round, Toxic seemed kind of tilted. He just rushed in and gave frags away. It looked like Toxic just wanted the game to be over. So Sorlag was a really smart pick here. Toxic with the light characters just couldn't cut it, and all in all, it's a deserved win from Razy. I expected better from Toxic, but I don't want to sell Razy short here because he did play well. Cooler vs Rafa was another interesting game today, and I'm actually going to devote an entire video to analysing their Blood Covenant. I think there was some really cool tactical play there. These two just made the game look so interesting, and even though Rafa didn't end up winning a round, I think there were lots of situations where he was making it quite close. Cooler seemed convincingly better, but Rafa made it as hard for Cooler as he could at every turn, and made some really great reads in kind of a Quake Champions specific context. Rafa's definitely adapted to whatever Quake Champions needs him to, and even though he loses here, he's not out of the tournament yet. Because Rafa lost, Rafa vs Witchdal is now a really hotly contested game and an exciting one to watch. It's gonna be Rafa's tournament life and North America's ego at stake. But yeah, DM6 was really tactical. Ruins of Sarnath was pretty one-sided. Cooler just looked great. He hit all the shots he needed to. Cooler is looking fantastic to win overall now. Today was a really exciting day. There were some technical issues, unfortunately. I'm sure some people are going to be having all-nighters tonight trying to fix everything up to make tomorrow perfect. The guys are coming back early. They're going to finish off their matches. I'm going to do more coverage or whatever happens. Tune in for an analysis of the Cooler Rafa game. I'm probably going to talk about Kilson and Gelisak as well. I'll catch you all very soon.